What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Lakita Moore Tanksley, also known as That Chick Angel. And tell them who you are, baby.
My name is Marcus Tanksley, also known as Marcus on the Gram, Marcus on the Book, also known as Tank, creator, CEO, client of man shit.
I'm like, who are you a client of?
Man shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You guys, if this is your first time tuning into our podcast, Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? It is a weekly podcast between my husband and myself where we cover all the topics. I'm talking about love, relationships, family, pop culture a little bit of politics.
Yeah, a little bit of politics.
We take viewer suggestions as well. So if you have an idea, you want us to talk about it, you can DM us or leave us a comment under this video, because this podcast is not only audible, it is also visual. So you can check it out on That Chick Angel TV on YouTube. And this is also wherever podcasts are found.
Absolutely.
We want to give 2 huge shout outs.
3.
First, to our sponsors. We've got 3 sponsors banging it up in this episode. We've got Apostrophe, we got Usual Wines, and we have BetterHelp, and we will tell you more about them later on in the episode. And then, of course, we want to give a major shout out to our Patreon who are watching this live
right now. What's happening,
Patreon?
family?
We like to call our Patreon our immediate family. We also have even more like cute little names for them. My people, we call them Angel Wings. Marcus's folk, we call them Tank's Riders.
All in the building, pulling up.
And so we offer a lot of perks to being a part of our Patreon.
Being a part of Patreon, they may turn this discussion one way or the other because they are commenting, they are offering suggestions as we film this.
Yeah.
So we greatly appreciate them, and they are loaded up, y'all. They have pulled up for real today.
Yeah, they up in the building. Yeah. So just in case you're wondering what Patreon is, check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thatchickangel for the low $5. You get to watch this podcast live as well as get other early and exclusive content as well as discount codes when we drop merchandise.
Yeah.
So, this is the part of our podcast where we discuss No. It's time for a Tanksley Pride.
Yeah.
It's time. So Tanksley Pride is what we call our lively cheering. We have 4 boys, if this is your first time tuning in. We have an 11-year-old, we have 2 5-year-old twins, and then we have a 1-year-old. And this is a segment that we like to do to be able to keep you all abreast of what they're doing.
What's going on? Yeah.
So for everybody in the United States, this past weekend was Halloween. And as you can hear, our Tanksley Pride has just walked into the studio as if we're not filming.
Or they just walked into the kitchen as if it's a studio.
Yes. So a lot of things have happened recently with them because of Halloween and Pride Halloween. Somebody mentioned in our Patreon comments, you all can hear our other host, the Slumlord. He's 1 year old, and he was singing the theme song to another podcast I do. And it was so interesting to hear him sing it because he's not one to mimic me right off bat. Like little Marcus, from a very young age when he was a baby, I'd sing a note, he would give me the note back. I'd move it to a different note, he'd give me that note back. So he used to always mimic me and give me what I needed to know you're going to be able to sing.
Yeah.
Or talk. This Amar, though, I'm trying to teach him new words. He does pick them up. He has no down pat with the finger. He points to our new dog all the time and is like, no. And I'm like,
he does it to our big dog Outback Supreme too.
I'm like, sir, who do you think you are? He does not care. He's all about that life.
A little big chubby finger.
It's just the chubbiest finger. So even with words, me trying to teach him his body parts, it's not been the easiest because he doesn't like to repeat me. But eventually after doing it, so now he does up, down, down. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like up, down, but I know what he's trying to say.
He does mommy and daddy.
Yes, he does do mommy and daddy very well. And sometimes he says hi. For those of y'all who watch our family vlogs, you've seen him say it. But to finally hear him sing, oh my God, it blessed my soul. Especially when he finally got the rhythm too. He got the... Because y'all be seeing the kids online that can dance their butts off. Have you ever seen like the young kids that be killing
it? Barely walk, but you pop locking and...
killing it.
Crumping and everything else.
And that's not my children. My children are not dancers like that. I mean, I wish they were.
Yeah, it takes our oldest 5-6 months to learn to dance, and it's almost out of style. By the time he gets the hang of it.
Like, he's not like completely... I mean, a part of that is because he's still like a big puppy. He's got these long... Like, his arms are getting so long. And I'm just like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, when I was that age, I was clumsy, knocking stuff over.
Yeah, so, like, I automatically know it's going to take him a little bit of time to get his body just, like, used to it. So, being that my children more than likely won't be, like them dancers that be like, I love it. I don't know. Do you feel some type of way, like, when dudes can, like, really dance? Do you think... oh, well, that's not the most masculine thing. Or do you be like, he killed that?
I mean, yeah, I'd be like, he killed it. At the same time, I'm like, that's a man right there. But,
no, I'm
but I ain't going to think he's like, no, I ain't going to question his masculinity just because he can dance depending on the dancing. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
No, you still got some of that toxic masculinity.
I do. It's a little toxicity in me, but it's, hey, I'm working. I'm a work in progress.
Yes, you are.
But no, it's like the dude can dance, especially if they all coordinated and doing the, like when I see groups of people dancing, I'm like, yeah, I want to get in on that.
Do you be wanting to get on it?
Like who's the one, the Missy Elliott be doing the, it's a song of hers and it's like in her video, I guess it was a group of people, so people been like redoing that online. I'm like, I want to do one of them groups. I need to be ones in the back that's barely moving. Just filling no space. It's always that one up front that's killing it.
Right.
But,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's but no, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've never been like, oh, I wish I could dance like that. Nah, I ain't never cared. I was at one. I was on the floor.
You were on the floor?
I was all up on the floor. Well, on the dance floor, not on the floor. I mean, it was sometimes I was on the floor.
Oh, of course you were. Of course you were on the floor.
But however, I was never that ones like to wish I could do a dance that I couldn't do. I'll attempt it, and y'all gonna watch me attempt it.
Wow. Why you say it like that?
Regardless of how it look, it might look like a Bambi on ice, but
sometimes I wish that sometimes
was it Bambi?
Yeah,
was
Bambi
walking on ice.
No, Bambi was just walking and struggling, and she did walk on ice.
Was it a chick? Bambi was a chick.
Yes. But I wish that
or doe. Sorry. Not a chick, a doe. I know it's like, first of all, you can't call it. Sensitive people.
I love when kids can like kill it, and that's just not what my sons can do. And I'm okay with that. They don't have to be able to do that, but hearing them be able to sing, and I also don't need. There are some kids that sing like they've been here before.
Yeah. You got that mature voice. Like, look like you've been through sound like you've been through some pain.
Yeah, you can hear the oppression in their voice. I don't even need my kids to be able to sing that way. But if they got like a nice, got some really nice notes, really, they can be trained, their ears are strong, I'm here for that. So hearing my littlest baby, my last child, be able to sing on key, I'm like, listen, you done made my day. It's not going to get no better than this. It's not gonna get any better than this. And then also, just trying to create a Halloween that was like not so just I never found anything to do with my oldest. I wish I could have, but he's fine with
I kept him from FaceTiming one of his best friends earlier in the day because I knew later on in the evening he was gonna need something to do. So he was like, can I FaceTime him? Like, not later today. I'm thinking to myself, because you're gonna need it.
Exactly. Because the family we had over, their oldest child is 6. So that does nothing for an 11-year-old.
Other than pestilence.
Yeah, he's already annoyed by his brothers, so just adding another.
Marcus.
He's annoyed by everybody in this house. He's at that age where everybody is whack. So yeah, what is your Tanksley pride story?
Kai. It's my Tanksley pride story today, y'all.
What'd he do?
Kai, what does it start on Friday or was it Saturday? Well, first of all, the twins, period. They have been going to the backyard and cleaning up the backyard.
Yes, they have. They think it's their chore.
They enjoy it. They go back there, they grab the rakes, they grab the brooms, and they get to sweeping and raking and putting everything in a neat little pile. Mm-hmm. It touched me. I was like, yeah. At 5, absolutely.
I don't know why they thought I told them one day to take the puppy out and go outside and play, and maybe they thought I said clean.
Well, when I'm back there, when they're playing, if they're riding their bikes or scooters or whatever they're doing, I always tell them to like, hey, clean this up a little bit. Like, we got the tree debris and everything that falls, and I'm like, clean this up before so y'all don't fall and hurt yourself or whatever. So I think that may be their time to like, oh, we get to use daddy's stuff, or we get to use this stuff like the broom. They see it as fun, and they got pretty good at it and getting it up into neat little piles and pushing it off to the side. Because I saw them out there a couple weeks ago doing it. I was like, oh, that's cute. They think they clean in the backyard. And then I went back there after they were done. I'm like, look like I paid somebody to do this. I might have to add this to the repertoire.
Yeah, they are here for it.
But but Kai, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But Kai, he's gotten more of an interest in mechanical things, like as far as if I'm like doing something with the car. He's shown an interest in that, or anytime I'm in the garage, if I'm outside in the garage, he's like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like a couple weeks ago, I was when my starter went out, or a bunch of stuff went wrong with the Mustang, and I was out there working on it. Honestly, I have no idea what the end result was, what was actually wrong. I just did a bunch of stuff to it and replaced a bunch of stuff, and it started working.
Right. That's all that matters.
So he kept coming out, and he was asking what I was doing, so I was like actually showing him. He was very intrigued by it, which none of my kids are into anything that I do. Mm-hmm. And vice versa. I'm not into anything that they... Every now and then I get into Mario Kart with them. Mm-hmm. But the twins, they're still young. It's like, who knows what they're actually into. Yeah. But yeah, he's been the one. I thought it would be Sai, because Sai loves cars. Mm-hmm. Not that cars is the only thing, but I know that's one thing that I do notice about Sai. Like, he has this big truck, and it's full of all his other smaller cars and trucks. Yeah. And he would pull them out and line them up. And he really enjoys it. I always thought it would be Sai, but actually it's been Kai here lately. It's like in the actual real world of it, of like, so what's this? So I was showing him sockets, and I was like, hand me that, just trying to say what it was. And yesterday he actually helped me wash the Mustang.
Kai helped you wash it?
Yeah, he was out there wiping off the wheels, and he's like, I need a new rag. I said, there's one in there in the garage. Went and grabbed another rag, and he was all in it. He had some elbow grease going to it. But I ain't crying. No, I ain't crying.
Oh my God, it's just too much.
Cried out. I didn't cry last night either. I ain't think about it today and crying. I didn't.
Multiple times I didn't all start crying.
I was not snotting all down through my beard. That is not what happened. I don't care what y'all say.
Well, this is a great transition because somebody asked what we're drinking, and it brings us to our first sponsor, Usual Wine.
Usual Wine. I almost said Total Wine.
Let me tell y'all something about Usual Wines. We love them. Okay? This is wine for the moderate drinker. The type of person that's just like, I said moderate.
You did.
Modern drinker. No, Usual Wines is for the modern drinker. Their glasses are meant for a single serving situation.
If you're watching, I'm holding it up.
The bottles are shaped like
a beaker,
like science beakers.
Yeah, science beaker.
They hold 6.3 ounces, so it's a heavy pour. So you get like a glass and a half of wine. So if you're the type of person that don't have enough people in your house that drink wine, so like you're finding that you're getting bottles of wine that are going bad, they're getting stale, they're fermenting or doing something that you don't want them to do extra of. This is so perfect for it because literally you're only opening up one bottle of wine for yourself, and it's enough for just you.
It's enough, y'all.
And not only is the situation of how it's single serving is great, the actual wine is amazing. It's from the American viticultural area in California. So when you think of places like Napa, Sonoma, and Santa Barbara, that's where these wines come from. And they are minimal intervention, 0 sugar, and 0 additives. And I know a lot of people don't think of those type of things when they're thinking of wine, but it makes a huge difference, especially if you're somebody like me that's watching what I'm putting in my body because I'm, on my wellness journey.
Did you say 0 sugar?
I said 0.
I don't think people realize the significance of that, especially when dealing with wine.
It's so, I'm telling you, you don't even understand. So let me explain how they get to 0 sugar, because obviously wine is made from grapes, and when you think of fruit, you think of sugar. But what happens in the fermentation process, when a wine is being fermented and the grapes are being fermented, a lot of other companies will stop the fermentation process early on purpose. So, because in fermentation, it's in goes the alcohol, out goes the sugar. Mm-hmm. So they stop it purposefully so that you still have sugar and you have alcohol. Well, with usual wines, they ferment all of the sugar out so that you just are left with a crisp alcohol, or crisp wine, as I should say. And they also don't have any of the additives. I know that in the U.S., they allow for wine companies to put over 60 additives into their wine. Yeah. Usual wines use none of them, so they're very clean. This is the type of wine that you want to be drinking if you care about your body, you care about the environment. This is the one. Okay, so this is what we would like for you to do. Go check out their website at usualwines.com and use our promo code ARGUE for $8 off your first order. And try a glass on us. They have the red wine, which we're drinking.
Yeah, this is the red. This is from Sonoma. Large red. It is my favorite, I have to say.
There's also a rosé. And there's a brut.
Yes.
It's amazing. Let me tell you. We actually just finished drinking it on the Bald and the Beautiful. Yeah, the Bald and the Beautiful. The mukbang that I'll be putting up. And actually, that's another perk, just in case you all are listening. The Bald and the Beautiful will be live for my Patreon to see tonight. So y'all be able to watch the last mukbang that we did on the future of the Bald and the Beautiful. So again, thank you to Usual Wines. They're literally one of our favorite sponsors.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know how much I like this. I got an email saying that they were running low because of the season on the red. When I tell you, I ordered cases.
Yes, he did.
Like, I was at work when I got that email. I was like, hold on, stop. Shut up, y'all. Dude, give me a second.
It's the perfect...
I was like, what you doing? I was like, ordering some wine. Usual wine.
You know what? I feel like they're the perfect wine. If you're the type of person like myself, I had a very kid-like palate where I used to love just sweet wines. Like, you might as well be having me drink a Capri Sun.
Oh, yeah. I would get suggestions from people. Because we got into wine, I would say late. I don't know if it was later in life. Yeah. We got into wine later in life, and so we were getting introduced to it, and I was trying to tell people like the type of wines that my wife liked. And I remember I'd be at work, there was like every time, but that's a dessert wine.
Yes, and be drinking these dessert wines. So if you're somebody that's like, you're only used to sweet, but you would like for your palate to mature a little bit, this is perfect.
Yeah. Somebody asked, is the red sweet? This is like a Pinot Noir. I wouldn't say it has this mildly bitter, but it's not sweet.
I wouldn't call it bitter at all. It's just smooth.
It's smooth, yeah. That's a good point. It's very smooth.
It's just smooth. It's dry and it's smooth.
Yes. There you go.
So you're not having to fight it when you drink it. Now, I can't fight no drink.
Look who has a refined tongue.
Listen, I do, honey.
As much as you drink, baby, I understand.
So let's get into the topic of the day. So for those of you all who watched or follow us on Instagram, first of all, we hope that you do. You can follow Marcus at Marcus Ain't on the Gram and me at That Chick Angel. We today had a couple of videos that went back and forth. Well, it was just one where Marcus was to try to figure out if he was...
if my presence is the punishment for the children.
And I was saying... that I am the happy-go-lucky and / punishment parent. But we wanted to talk about our kids' perception of us, or at least
how we believe they perceive us.
It's definitely difficult to kind of, I don't want to say differentiate, because we have our boys. And I don't care what anybody says. I understand that we're going through this whole gender identity revolution. I do believe there are some things that happen with boys, well, like with my boys at least, that make them boys. So I don't know if it would be different if there were girls in the situation, if what you are viewed as and what I'm viewed as would be different. So between the two of us, just out of the sake that I end up spending more time with the kids because of my career, the kids experience most of their activities, whether they be fun activities, whether they be boring activities, they experience most of them with me. So if it's all about us going to somebody's pool, I'm the one that's typically taking them to the pool. If it's about going to a birthday party,
it's definitely gonna be you.
Why do you hate going?
Because I don't like talking to the other parents. I don't care about their topic of discussion. If you told me, hey, we're going to this birthday party, or I need you to take them to this birthday party, y'all at wine. However, all the parents are going to be secluded from each other. I'm like, let's do this birthday party every weekend. But it's literally like half the time I don't know anybody. And for anybody that knows me, and Angel knows, I hate the nice to meet you conversation. Like, I don't care what you do for a living. I don't want to talk about traffic. I've had to do that conversation so much. We've said it many times on this. I've said it many times on this podcast. I've had to have that conversation so much. I don't like doing it. Unless it's like a genuine? Yeah, genuine. I was like, genuine. Because I'm thinking the usual. Genuine connection or whatever. That's something different. But it's just like, okay, I gotta be around all these kids. I'm not a big fan of kids like that. Like, I love my kids. I love a lot of people's kids. There's especially like within the family or friends. But it's like, I don't feel like being around all these screaming kids and all this ridiculousness, and then playing party. Then you always have those parents. I'm just going to go through this real quick. You have those parents that are extremely about the birthday party, even if it's not their child. So they're in the activities, and it's like, come on, dads, let's go do this. Don't call me over there. Like, it's not for us, all right? This is for the kids. You set your ass down over here on the side. The rest of these parents, don't try to pull us in on this. But particularly out here in California, that's one of the things. This is like, when we were my son was at the YMCA. It was like a birthday party, literally every single weekend. The month of August, there were 3 every single weekend. Mm-hmm. Like, it was ridiculous. And every weekend there was like somebody else's birthday party. It's like, I don't care. These kids ain't gonna know each other after preschool. Why are we doing this? And they don't. He's got like 2 friends out of that whole scenario.
He got 3.
All right, 3. 3 for, what is that, 12, 48, month of August, 70-some birthday parties that we had to go to.
Well, that's only because those were the parent relationships that I was willing to keep. Yeah. Because a lot of their relationships were dependent upon what relationships we were willing to nurture.
Yeah. And it wasn't a lot.
So what about, we're going to get back on topic, what about skipping the small talk and just getting you into the meat of a conversation?
So you and your wife swing? So that would have been a perfect way to cut out all the conversation, y'all.
No, I bet you they would have laughed and they would have been like, actually, what we used to do.
I'd have been there like, damn it.
Would you be like, I want to hear this mess?
No, I would definitely hear it, but I would still be mad that I knew that about them.
Well, I'm just saying, as a different approach, maybe from now on with the
just
youngest one. No, or at least just, or at least
you're gonna be a huge insurgent of people just gossiping. Like, do you hear Marcus? Angel's husband be asking about people swinging. They swing.
No, but you can jump into a deeper or like a more interesting conversation. Forget the small talk. Just jump to where you want to go to. Not about sports. Not about anything else. How many of you all had STDs in college? You know what I'm saying?
Show of hands. Come on. 7. Who's with me? Can somebody beat that? Anywhere close? 7. 16 different times.
I just feel like you'll be able to get to the core of a person's personality. I think people do small talk because they don't know how to jump into the conversation. Yeah. Just jump in there.
And we are in the land of creative people.
Yeah.
So they're creative. People with my personality, call them weird.
Right.
So that's the other thing. I'm just like, ugh. So that's the whole birthday party thing.
Okay, we're going to continue with the conversation, but I want to bring up our next sponsor, and that is Apostrophe. We talked a little bit about them last week, but I want to bring them up again, okay? Well, Apostrophe, all right, is a prescription skincare company that connects you with a dermatologist online who can prescribe you products to meet your skincare goals. Now, prescription skincare really does work, but it can be hard to get and pretty expensive. So Apostrophe makes it so that it is so much easier to get what you actually want to use for an affordable price. And let me tell you, it was so simple for me to start my account on Apostrophe. All I did was fill out an online questionnaire, mention what my skin concerns were. My only ones was like fine lines that might start popping up because Angel wants to keep it looking young and tight, okay? And then you just snap a couple of makeup-free selfies. and then a dermatologist gets back to you within 24 hours. What's great is that they have a compounding pharmacy that custom blends and hand bottles your prescription, and it ships directly to your door. And their prescription creams come in an airless pump to ensure those potent ingredients stay effective. Plus, your first order comes with cute stickers to decorate your bottle. Let me try to have you do skincare in a nice, fun way, okay? So you want to just start thinking about what your skincare goals are. If it's, you have adult acne, or if you have like dark spots, or if you just want to take preventative measures. I am just all over the place, tripping on my tongue. If you want to take preventative measures to just keep your skin looking great. And I know while I have a dermatologist here, I strictly focus on my scalp. I don't even have time to talk to him about my skin. I'm like, just deal with my head. So if I wanted a dermatologist for my face,
skin is in order on your face.
It is in order, right? My skin is in order, but still, it's already hard to drive down to Beverly Hills just to get my injections. Believe you me, if I could do it on my own, I would. So to be able to have, if I needed prescription dermatology medicine for my face, to be able to get it right to my door and I don't have to drive somewhere to do it. Like, what a blessing that is. So this is what we would like for you to do. Get your first visit with a board-free dermatologist at apostrophe.com for only $5 when you use our code ARGUE. This code is available only for Is This Going to Cause an Argument listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com and click Begin Visit. Then use the code ARGUE to sign up, and you'll get your dermatology visit for only $5. That's Apostrophe, spelled APOSTROPHE.com. Apostrophe.com, and use the code ARGUE to get your dermatology visit for only $5. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. So, I feel like because I have been I'm going to take you to a party mom, I'm also the mom that plans their parties. I'm the one that says, what y'all want to do for y'all's birthday? Why don't you ask that question?
Because if it were up to me, I would take them to a trampoline park. It wouldn't be where we rent out the little room. Like, y'all get to have fun. Y'all get cake. Y'all get pizza. Y'all get ice cream and a bunch of gifts. I don't like the party side. I'm like, let's do it out. What you want, though? I can get you all of that and some. It's just, it's a lot. Like, Angel, she'll plan a party, and it'll be a whole bunch of kids over. And at the party, we'll have a jumpy house. We'll have a bunch of food. We'll have snacks for the kids. And then she incorporates games. I'm like, they've had enough to do. And I'm probably the trash parent for thinking that, but I'm like, that's a lot. Like, we've put together all of this in our backyard. They don't get games. They can play their own games.
I don't do the parties at the house.
We don't do them at the house no more.
No, that ain't. No, I definitely am all for. Let me pay this facility an astronomical amount of money for them. To do
and if I pay
an
astronomical,
I hear you, baby,
amount of money, I'm gonna sit down and watch the show go.
Well, but I'm saying, why don't you do that?
Oh, because you jump on it like way too soon.
No, it's that's
you
no.
Don't. She jumps on it like the day before.
It's not.
If their birthday is on Saturday, she jumps on it on Thursday.
That's what the twins are getting now. With little Marcus, I used to put a lot more care in with the twins' first birthday, I did put in a lot of care. There was the Mario themed out. But then once Amar got here, I was like, listen, guys, this is a lot. But I don't think Marcus cares for even his own kids' parties. Do you?
I do.
You do?
I do. Not to make it extravagant the way you do. The way you go about doing it is out of this world. I
don't think so. I feel I think that I am mild compared to...
Yeah, you're not.
No.
You comparing yourself. Relatively, okay, you may be mild when you comparing to these people that got time for it. Them extravagant parties you see, those people have time for it. You don't, and you still achieve it.
But it's not like that. I think you're comparing it, though, to how we grew up.
Yeah.
Now, we can't compare it to these McDonald's
y'all remember the Jumpy House in McDonald's? Who had that? Yeah. Loved it. Still remember it. I got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one year. I got a Transformer.
No, I never got the Jumpy House when I was growing up. It's either we go to McDonald's and we invite a couple of friends to McDonald's. No,
we had the party at McDonald's.
Or we were at the house and a couple of friends got to come over.
I've had 3 parties thrown for me by my parents. My first year birthday party, one when I turned 8, one when I turned 11.
So that's why I feel like you don't be wanting to be into the parties because you don't want your kids to have more than what you experience.
I'm like, you fine if you don't get a birthday party this year. You get a bunch of gifts.
Of course, they'd be fine. I know it's not a necessity.
My sister, my birthday is in January. That's part of it. We in Kentucky. It's wintertime. I get it. My sister's birthday is in July, and it was always a big deal. It was like a second family reunion. My birthday party, I remember one year, it was my mama, my granny, my aunt, and 2 of my cousins jumped out and said, "Happy birthday." In my granny's house. And I was the happiest little child you could ever meet.
I've had more parties than that, but they definitely weren't to the... Like, my mother, there was no, theming it out. The theme was, it's your birthday.
Yeah. And you got themes. I'm like, what do you mean a theme?
Theme? I get to ask... Theme? Yes, a theme. I ask them what type of theme they want to do, if they have an idea, and I can incorporate it. But so with that being said, and then the kids experience me at school. So if something is about to be lit at school, usually I'm the one behind it. So
hold on. Nana P said, January birthday in Chicago. Y'all are staying in the house. That is deadly if you try to, I'm sure, for them cold temperatures in Chicago. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I think that is one reason why I have the fun parent type of vibe from my kids. But they also don't want to get in trouble with me. I mean, the twins don't care, and neither do Amar. So maybe we
talking about the different situations, but none of them want to get in trouble with us. But so on that with the whole planning of the party, and you low-key enjoy some of that stuff too. Like you play planning.
I love seeing what I thought of come to fruition. I'm tired of executing it, so Lord is going to have to make me rich.
That's the other part of that. It's just like the whole planning and putting stuff together. Nah. Like we built something, all right, I'll put together that list. I'll execute purchasing and everything and making sure everything is in order. However, with the whole party planning, the Angel, she enjoys that. So when I plan something for her and execute it, she's head over heels. She's like, you put a lot of thought into this. It's like, too much thought. I don't enjoy this. This is ridiculous.
Why?
Because I don't know.
You don't like thinking about us in that way?
What do you mean? You just took that completely wrong way.
No.
Where is this going?
No, you not like to...
Record scratch. You don't think of me that way, Marcus?
Somebody asked if I'm A-type. I am, or type A. Yes. I am actually, I wish
A+.
I wish I was more type A than what I am. Because there are type A personalities that I see that I'm just like, ooh, if I could just be at that level, I would be soaring. Which is actually a type A personality trait. When you're like, if I could be even more this way, I don't know what that makes you, a type what, but like, you know what, planning is not something you like to do to begin with.
I'm a spur of the moment type person. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like, I don't know, something physical. Like if it's projects on the house, like you see me, I will plan that stuff out for like months before I execute. I will get materials slowly over time, make sure I get the best deals, and I will make sure I have everything in order. I will plan that out to a T. But when it's like an event, no. Like people out in California, I don't know why, but everybody feels like they need to know about like a barbecue or grill. If we grilling out and doing something, they need to know like months in advance. Mm-hmm. And they ain't doing nothing.
Like Marcus.
They not doing nothing. I will go get the charcoal. I will go get the food Saturday morning. I will let you know at 2:30, hey, we cooking out today. Like,
and Marcus is also the type that I'll start asking in December, what do you want to do for your birthday? He'll say nothing, nothing, nothing. And then his birthday is January 27th. On the 25th, he'll be like, you know what? We should try that one place everybody like. Let's see if we can go there. And I'm like, I could have made a reservation there when it was like easy to make a reservation.
But because Angels, you have conditioned me because I've seen the type of stuff you've done, and like thinking of it beforehand, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't know, but I don't want you to go through it because a lot of it is like, Angels, that's a lot to deal with. I don't want you to have to do that because I care about you and your time.
That's not care about my time if you go take it up anyway.
Let me finish. But the day approaching, I'm like, yeah, I guess I would like to do something. But it's, like I said, thinking about it beforehand is like, if she woke up and be like, all right, so thought about this yesterday, let's go try to do this for your birthday. Cool. Like, I would be game. But I've seen Angel execute this stuff, so now I need her to just take control of my birthday. However,
is that what you're saying? Because y'all heard it. No, he said it. He said it. It was at 37 minutes and 15 seconds. He said it.
However, if you're going to spend a whole bunch of money, I'd rather have an item. Oh, because look, one birthday...
experience is great.
Look. Hell with the experience. One year, I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was, but I put a whole lot of money toward my birthday.
It was your 35th birthday because I was broke, so you had to pay for your birthday.
Yeah, pay for everything. I said, just do what you're going to do. I'm going to pay for it. She was like, cool, spare no expense. We had a violinist, if that's what they're called. Cellist. Playing hip-hop. Walking around the house. Most little skinny white chick just walking around playing the violin. Or cello. Let's show you I shouldn't have had that.
Well, because I wanted to get either a monkey or a tiger.
An exotic animal.
I wanted an exotic animal to come, but I couldn't find one that would be alive for
And I would have been upset because I'm like, this is mine. They took it at the end of the night. But anyway, so I'm like, no.
But you can't get an exotic animal at the last minute is what I'm saying. If you want that type of energy,
listen.
Go ahead.
However, at the end of the night, I would have rather, you know what, Marcus, this is what you've been wanting. Go buy it.
But you don't be wanting stuff a lot of times, Marcus.
I always want stuff.
No, or to be so far out of the price range of anything.
No. I always want stuff.
You alive. Angel. Christmas comes around and you don't be having no ideas.
For me to buy for myself. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about... But I paid for that birthday party. This is what I'm getting at.
The money that you gave to me to do.
So I gave you money for my birthday for you to throw me a birthday party.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, I have yet to get a birthday this expensive that she's paid for.
I know some of y'all were confused because I said I was broke. So me and Marcus have separate accounts. We have a joint account and separate accounts.
So it ain't like she was broke.
So, meaning I did not have access to money in my own account to put together his birthday party. So I had to be like, I need you to pull money out of your account, put it in my account.
It was one of like, we have separate accounts in our own account. I mean, our own accounts and a joint account. So because Angel's income fluctuates sometimes, if it's like famine, she's like, hey, I transfer this much. I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
Without question, there's never even a discussion about it. Anyway.
So that was why I said that. No, I just saw in the comments. They were like, wait a minute, I'm confused. How was she broke? Yeah, because my account said it. My account, I could see, said, girl, what you trying to do?
Yeah, because earlier on, it was, you gonna give me some lunch money? She was on ER. Anyway.
So why don't you feel like you do more like spontaneous things with the kids?
So that's what I was about to get to. Before the whole pandemic thing, I do like doing stuff with the kids, and it's like bike riding. Like I will take them out, hey, let's go jump on the bikes. But the way this whole pandemic thing's planned out is like raining, ironically in California, like in the beginning of the year. Then after that pandemic, once that lightened up, it's been too goddamn hot. So it's like, but that was one of those things. It's like, hey, let's go do this. Like they love going out, riding the bike, or just taking them to a park or something. I like doing outdoorsy stuff, not like planning something and going to a location around a bunch of people. I'm like, nah, let's go to this park and have fun. Let's do something. Let's get some scars. You know, like let me have something to explain to your mama when we get back to the house. So that's the. We went way because I was about to go further into the whole thing. We done went so far all over the place and out of subject.
Into the whole thing of what?
The whole birthday and everything.
Yeah, what they were saying, you confused them because you kept saying the cellist was walking around. She was sitting in our dining room playing.
She walked around a little bit.
No, she didn't, baby.
She didn't?
No.
Who was it? It was my birthday. I get that.
So you wanted to do bike riding, but then...
Yeah, like I've taken them bike riding before. Like they like doing that stuff. And usually my spontaneous stuff like catches them off guard. I'm like, all right, y'all, come on, let's go do this. However, my stuff, especially during this whole pandemic thing, we haven't been able to do pretty much any of it. Like randomly, I'll be like, Marcus, go get your whatever gaming apparatus that is. I'm like, let's hook it up to the big screen and play whatever. They love that. I'll do that every now and then. But my activities aren't nearly as often as Angel. But let's start with Marcus, and we'll talk about how we believe they perceive us.
Okay, let's get to it.
You go first. Oh, you want me to start?
I am little Marcus's other best friend.
Yeah.
That's what I think me and him are like very close. Not that he doesn't feel awkward still talking with me about, there's still a definite mom-son relationship where he feels kind of awkward about talking about certain things with me, but he would prefer to talk about those things with me rather than his father, even though some of those things might be things that only his dad could have went through, because like I'm not a boy, I don't have boy parts, so like, however, there are things that like he likes to share with me to get my reaction on. Like he knew how I was going to respond when he told me, he said, Mom, I want to show you my Thriller dance. And I was like, now hold on, now wait.
Yeah.
Do you mean the Michael Jackson Thriller? He was like, yeah. I said, boy, listen, you already know. I don't think he knew. I knew how his dad was going to respond. I even told him, I was like,
he didn't know how I was going to respond, but she knew.
Yeah, I was
like, this ain't no regular Little Scrappy or who. No, they don't know nothing about no Little Scrappy. Whatever these new dances that they learn off these video games. This is Thriller that you're doing right here.
If your grandfather was still with us, you understand, he would be like, okay. Yeah. All right. So I think little Marcus definitely sees me as his mom. He's not confused that I'm the authoritative person, but I do feel like we have a very close like friendship, just based off of the fact that me and him grew up together. Granted, I was almost 30, but it's still like we were close as he grew up. So that's how I would describe my relationship.
Your relationship with him is like me and my mama. Like, I would have went to my mom first before.
Yeah, that's exactly.
My dad.
It is the exact. I feel like when they get older, when he's your age, it'll still be the same. It'll reflect the exact relationship that you have with your mom.
Like, and all our sons are mama's boys, and I feel no way about it because I'm a mama's boy, so I understand. I get it. Especially like my mom was the one doing all the activities. Where my daddy, every now and then we would do something, but it was just like, all right, there's daddy. I loved riding around with him though. But go ahead.
Real quick before you explain what your relationship is with the kids, I would love to tell you all about BetterHelp, which is our third sponsor of this podcast, and they have been continual sponsors of this podcast, and I truly thank them for sponsoring us because I feel like the services they offer are so important, especially with a year like the year we've been having, and just in life in general, to be able to not only take care of your physical self, you got to take care of your mental health. So is there something interfering with your happiness or it's preventing you from achieving your goals? Marcus, he knows that, like, for him, procrastination is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I know for me, I have a lot of self-doubt when it comes to, I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or what, but it's an issue. Well, BetterHelp will assess your needs if you are a person that's having, like, stuff blocking your way from achieving your goals. And then they will match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line or a self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send your message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video and phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so that they can make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than the traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available, and that is huge. The fact that they offer financial aid. BetterHelp wants you to start living a healthier, happier life today. Visit their website and read the testimonials that are posted there daily. Visit BetterHelp.com/argue. That's better HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. This is a special offer for Is This Going to Cause an Argument listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/argue. So you all check that out. Listen, I really can't say enough at how I know not all of our listeners are people of color, but I am directing this comment specifically to Black folk. We can no longer continue to go by the old, like, thing of we just pray it away.
Yeah.
Or that's just normal. We have been through some very traumatic things in our life and in our families, and even prior to this year, and having a licensed professional help you discover the things that are blocking you, especially from all those traumas we've been through, is necessary. So give them a try if you don't have your own professional.
Trauma's hereditary. A lot of people don't know that. If you have in your bloodline a lot of trauma, which a lot of people that look like us do, it carries over. And like you said, you can't pray everything away. God made therapists for a reason.
So go on ahead, give BetterHelp a try. Use our code to help bring down that cost and get better help. So how do you think little Marcus views you?
He views me, I'm trying to get him to view me in a lighter way.
You think he views you heavy?
Little Marcus views me heavy. He's always had this fear of me. And we honestly don't know where it came from. Because like we would tell him stuff, and Marcus would disobey in a second, and I would correct him, and people would be like, oh, it's like, oh, it's so harsh. It's like, I'm harsh because watch. He goes right back to doing it. He don't care. He don't be caring. But at the same time, it doesn't take much for me to like. He would be in school. If he wasn't listening, this was in elementary school, preschool. Literally, all the teachers had to do was be like, "We're gonna call your father," and they said he would break down, crying, or just me just asking him, "It's like, what's that over there? What are you doing there?" And like he would just get like I have no idea where this fear came from. Like,
have you ever asked him?
No, because he'd be like, I don't know. No, I'm not. You know, I have, but I don't get any. I think you should ask him.
You want me to ask?
Well, I don't know if he still has it. I don't know if it's still there or not.
Do you feel like your relationship has changed, or it's like still the same?
No, I feel like our relationship's the same. I just think as a kid, maybe I just seemed a little stern. I don't know. Really can't, but I like it. You see, I always joke around with Marcus. I always play with him and stuff. But I had a fear of my dad. My dad, he was a little strict.
Yeah, your dad wanted the fear. I'm not sure if you subconsciously are wanting to stand in your father's shoes in a way, because I know your father was, he's a great man, but he definitely had daddy. Fear was a part of parenting.
Yeah. My daddy, he grew up in the 60s and 70s, so.
I think subconsciously you might not realize some of the energy you put off.
Like naturally I will give stern energy. That's what I was raised around. Like every father that as a child that I was around, whether it was my uncles, cousins that are older than me that were father, like that's how we came up. My mom is the youngest of 11. My dad's the youngest boy of 12 or 13, and that's like even my uncles. I feared all of them coming up because it's like they were all just massive, stern, just mean-looking men. And
I think I think you carry some of that. I do. I don't think you do. And I don't, because I'll watch you, and I'll know that you're not in a bad mood, but the way you looks like possibly something. I have a
scour.
Yes.
You see this scour, y'all that's watching us?
Your resting bitch face.
I have a resting bitch face.
Your RBF.
Apparently. I ain't no bitch, though.
Your RBF can be just a twin strong, and I think you're not aware of the effect that it could potentially, or like the psyche that it might develop.
Yeah. But like now, it's like I know Marcus, because like when I was coming up, like my dad, I looked at him, I was like, there's nothing that man can't do. Like he can do anything. That's how I looked at him. Marcus, I feel like he questions my ability. I think he'll continue to question my ability until he gets older and realize, no, that fool's the truth. Like, because like I'll ask him, and it'd be like, I can't even put my finger on it. Just anything around the here's an example. We got this exercise thing in the garage, and I was trying to get him to do a pull-up. I was like, see if you can do a pull-up, so I was trying to help him. I was like, you think I can, after I helped him, I was like, you think I can do one? He was like, no. Like, of course you can't do a pull-up. I'm like, what? Like, I just threw him. I'm like, you really don't think I could do a pull-up? He was like, no. I was like, do you want to see me try to do a pull-up? He was like, yeah. Like, that's how he said it. Like, yeah, sure, try. So I had to jump on and like do 15 pull-ups. I was like, you really didn't think I could do that? And that's when it dawned on me. It's like, this boy don't think I could. Because I think the problem is they see me injured too many times.
You think that's what
I think that's what it is. They see me injured from doing things too many times. Because it's like,
I don't know where. I was trying to figure out if he got that from me. But no, I feel like...
yeah, your daddy ain't shit.
But no, there's so many things. The only reason why I don't think that's true is that there are a lot of things that they'll ask me. And I will be like, even if I think I know the answer and I'm pretty sure I'm right, I'll be like, I don't know. I bet you your daddy knows. We'll ask him. So I know I lean on a lot of your expertise a lot of the time. So I'm not sure. But I also know I can be... A lot of his sarcasm comes from you, but I know some of it comes from me. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe there might be sarcastic comments that I've made that he's picked up on. So he's just like...
He's nothing. But it's like, it's always just little things. It's like, I don't know. It's like, And I'm always thrown off like, Marcus, you honestly don't think I could do this? Like, he's like, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. It's like you remember the day, back in the day, like, that's what people did. They bragged on their older brothers and their dads. It's like, well, my dad can do this. My dad can do that. My dad. And it's just like I don't know, just in the psyche is, I guess, coming up with a older brother or dad or stepdad or whatever male figure, if you had one, was in your life. But yeah, I feel like he has that, but he did and may still have this like slight fear, which, like I said, it may just be my energy, but I've noticed it, so I've tried to go light and like he knows like we can, like I joke around and wrestle with him and stuff. Yeah. Just to lighten it up, and I've been doing it for many years. As soon as I realized, I was like, okay, this boy has a fear of me.
How do you think the twins see you?
The twins, I think they see me as that, okay, he's dad, he can do anything.
Oh, yes.
Like, I definitely see that from them. Granted, I don't feel like I can, but they definitely look at me at that father hierarchy, like, oh, no, that's daddy. Yeah. You know, it's like, coming up, everybody's hero, if they had one, was their older brother. If they didn't have a dad, if they had an older brother, their older brother was their hero. Same with me. It's like, my dad and my brother, you couldn't tell me they couldn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like that is definitely seen from them. Just as a kid, from a kid standpoint, it's just like mindset of like a sense of I don't want to say protection, sense of what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, I can't give it to you. I'm so sorry.
You're talking. Stop. Sense of I don't know, but it's that comfort, I guess. That safety net. Okay. Of like, oh, if this happens, security. Yeah, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I definitely feel like that from them. They still have that. They don't have that fear, but they fear getting in trouble. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like it's a fear that they have of me, like little Marcus had.
Yeah, but they don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, they don't want to get in trouble.
No, I believe that. That's
from both of us, though. How about you with the twins?
I think they see me as their maid, fully. I don't think
she works for us.
Yes,
we'll keep her around through Christmas.
I think they fully think that I work for them. That is the role of mommy to them. Mommy is our full-time staff member. Mommy could be in the bed snoring. Daddy could be up brushing his teeth. They are going to walk past Daddy, come to me, wake me up.
I think that's in general with our kids.
And then ask me to cook them eggs.
Patreon, how many of y'all go through that?
But it's still, then...
Just give us a hands up.
Let me tell you, this could have been a Tanksley Pride story. I was cleaning up their mess from the food they ate. And I was like, and Kai was kind of helping me. And I was like, you know, guys, I really don't think this is fair that I have to clean up your food after you eat. I just don't. And Kai said...
Kai, what did he say?
Well, Mommy, you didn't tell us to clean it up. I said, actually, I've told you all before. He said, well, you didn't remind us. I said, but...
See, I thought Kyle would have been like, but what are you going to do?
No, he didn't say that because he would have gotten...
No, but he innocently says like...
Wait a minute, I'm not done. No. I said, but I've already told you all multiple times. He said, but we're kids, so you have to tell us more than once because we will forget. And I'm like... But guys, like, it's not fair. You should clean it up. Like, their room, literally, they will wreck their room within a matter of seconds. And I'll come in there every morning. I'm pulling stuff from underneath their bed, pulling the papers. And I'm like, put your clothes up, pick your papers up. Like, let's leave the floor clean. And they would just rather have me do it. I think they see me as their mate, their servant, more than anything else. They see me as...
You gotta make them do it. Raise your voice a little bit, just a little bit.
I am yelling constantly at them, and they don't care.
What you do is you get a rope, string one of them up by the ankles, set an example.
They're like, huh? She's on a rampage again. Get her some usual wine, calm her down. Like, they so don't care about my threats. Like, I have had...
Angel, It's not it's not as bad with the twins, but with Marcus, she would throw these threats out and like scream them.
Oh yeah.
They would be the most hilarious things to hear.
Yeah.
And what's funny is this was at the old house. We would literally hear our neighbors screaming similar things to her. One day we were getting in the car. I guess she saw us screaming something like, I don't know, something awful if you actually did it to a child. And she looked at us, she was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, that sounds really familiar.
Right. So it's like they like I haven't had to, you know, lay a little hand on my kids for a while. I did end up having to on one of the twins because he had lost his goddamn on mind. He wasn't listening to the babysitter. I was like, oh
yeah.
I said,
see, I caught word of it. Angel told me. I was like, hold on, what?
Yeah, and I was like...
Marcus went through that too a little bit too.
Yeah, but I could tell. I could feel the energy in the house. I said, well, they didn't got way too comfortable. They didn't got too comfortable. And I need them to understand that just because she is the one that's kind of in charge does not mean that they can just act a fool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't...
Kai last week, I don't know, he was saying something, and Angel thought he was talking to her. And she was like, boy, what are you talking about? I don't hear you. He was like, but I'm not talking to you. But didn't say it like in a mean way. He was just like trying to say, I wasn't talking to you. I was actually talking to Amara. But the way he said it is just like, yeah, but I wasn't talking to you.
They are rude. I mean, they love on me a lot. They give me hugs. They give me kisses. But I am like the enduring maid that they've had in their family for so long. The one that they'll leave something in their will and pat on their head.
She deserves that. She raised us.
But I also know that I am not as present with them as I wish I was. Like, it's usually when I am like trying to do something with them, I am fussing. I'm like, just, if you don't, that's like me the entire time. I don't feel like I get to have as many moments as I would like to of just like, oh, what you doing? Show me what you doing. And then they be talking so much.
Yeah, the way I get them to mind is, especially if they're loud. Like if I go in there and yell like, "Hey y'all, sit down, quit all this noise," you know, they just do it. But if I walk in really calm and be like, "Chill out right now," that's the like the room falls dead silent. That's like, oh, he don't have nothing left. All right, y'all.
He don't have nothing.
We reached it. Leave him. Just shut up. Like
I'll be losing my ever loving mind. Sometimes I end up having to have like full blown conversations like that, like the one at the table. I be like, I just, you know what?
She does. It's like a board meeting.
I be like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I get you all good presents. I give you all like surprises, like ice cream sometimes when you do a good job. So I don't understand why you all choose to disrespect me with your behavior. And Kai will be like, I'm not sure.
That's exactly what he
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I'm like, oh, gosh.
So the world turns, lady. I didn't write the rules, okay? Just follow them.
And I'm just, goodness gracious. But you know, I love them. Obviously, they're my babies. And Amar, I am literally, he's
You're a vending machine.
I am a tenant, like he is a tenant of my body. He's a parasite off of my body. That is, I am strictly a vehicle for him to use and abuse.
Yeah.
That is Amar to me. Amar punches me. He slaps me in the face so hard. His fat, heavy hands. I'll be having to snatch him up. He's not doing it to be mean. He just, I don't know. I don't think he completely yet understands, like, this is not, this is the phase that if he was in daycare, he would probably be hitting kids in daycare and having to learn, like, this is not what you do. So now I'm the one experiencing it, trying to be like, okay, I'm about to pluck you in your forehead, little boy. Or I'm about to tag your little legs because he's
he does understand when he's in the wrong.
Yeah, because he's bit me before, not by nursing. He's bit my arm, like he was kissing my arm and then decided, let's see what happens if I bite it. And then he gets my honest reaction and I end up tagging him. And he looks at me like, what?
No, he definitely understands, right from wrong in the moment when he does it. Or he understands the discipline that comes with it. But he doesn't care all the time. Is the problem.
He doesn't care most of the time. Most of the time, Amar fully does not care about what the repercussions are of him doing whatever the heck it is he wants to do. That's the thing that is very strange to me about Amar, is that when you look at a child's development, the reason why they call the terrible twos is that at 2 years old is when a child realizes that they can go against what you are saying. With all of my other kids, at 1, if I said, no, don't touch, they didn't think that there was another option outside of don't touch. That was it. If they could understand the words that I was saying. Amar already knows that my no is something that he doesn't have to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. He actually could ignore everything I'm saying out of my mouth and live life however he wants to. Yeah. That is frustrating to me. Like, he don't listen to him, it don't matter. Marcus can be like, hey, and he'll be like,
no, a lot of times.
Other than stopping crying. He'll stop crying.
He'll stop crying. If I tell him to stop crying or raise my voice a little bit, he will stop crying. He'll look at me in disgust. Yeah. But he will stop crying, and climbing on the table. He'll stop that until he thinks I'm not looking and I could be staring dead at him. He will literally, like, put his foot down and he'll just sit there and look at me. And I guess he thinks, okay, his vision can't see me anymore, so let me slowly start getting back on. I'm like, stop it, so I pull him out. But I think he views me as a safety net a little bit, / meaning physical pain. Like, he will keep me from getting injured if he's in the area, / toy. Mm-hmm. When he wants, yes, but he can disregard when he pleases.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a slumlord. He's at this point in time, he's not a good person. I'll just go ahead and say it. Angel won't, but I will. He has a lot of growing to do.
He's not this.
He's not a sweet baby.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. He's not a sweet baby. I've had sweet babies. I had 3 very.
No, he has sweet moments. All the time. He has a lot of sweet moments.
He'll just turn at me and go, to let me know he's coming in for a kiss. And I'm like, oh, I love it. And then when he's getting to nurse, he'll rub on me, like give me nice rubs.
You're giving me what I want, so I won't thrash you.
But sometimes when he's nursing, he slaps the crap out of me out of nowhere. And I wasn't expecting. Or he balls up his fist and gets me like 3 or 4 times before I'm able to stop him. So it is something that I like, I don't know if I'm trying to get used to it or if I'm just like, oh well, we're here. I don't know what it is. Because it's like I truly feel like there is nothing I can do about it currently. There's nothing.
I mean, he's growing and understanding, so as that comes, he'll get it.
I mean, obviously, as he gets older, the consequences will change because I will know fully. There can't be just my discernment of like, do you understand? I'm be like, I know you understand what the heck I'm saying. But like, his spirit of ignoring, that's what I used to be able to do. My mother was like, now he got that from you. I could ignore.
Yeah, they thought Angel was deaf.
Yes, because I could ignore you as if you never existed.
And they went to the doctor and was like, no, she can hear perfectly fine.
She just don't want to talk to y'all. And she don't want to hear what you're saying.
Look at what you brought on us.
Oh my God. And he's good at it. I mean, that boy won't flinch. You could be like, I'm on. And he'll just be drinking from his sippy cup or whatever. Like,
You ain't talking about nothing.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. So I don't know what our relationship will look like once he gets older.
He's going to be another mama's boy.
I don't know because we're so old. And now here's the thing.
By the time he's Marcus's age, I won't be able to do nothing.
But here's the big difference. But here's also the big difference. Because we are more so walking fully in our entrepreneurship, I know I'm not going to be around as often as I was with little Marcus or even with the twins. Because there's certain things I have to...
daily.
I used to be up there all the time.
Yeah.
And now, while I know it's important and I'm trying to stay... Like, for instance, we missed our parent-teacher conference. We had to schedule a whole nother one because I was shooting. I was like, listen, can we about to be 2 weeks late for our parent-teacher conference. And I know my twins have been acting up in that class. And I'm just like, girl, I just turned in 10 homework assignments for each of the kids, this week. Because I haven't had time to do it, and I don't put it on.
You ain't the only one, though. This is unprecedented times. Like, ain't nobody dealt with this right here.
Right.
But the fact that we're conscious of that.
I'm aware of it, yes.
Yeah. This is like, all right, we building this whole thing, doing what we can. We still have Amarin. He needs attention.
Yeah.
It's like, so that's definitely going to happen.
So, I don't know what that relationship is going to look like or where it's going to turn. But I know he's going to have to get on good foot because he's a hot mess. But he did do well with Denora's baby, so I know he's not completely trash. He gave the baby toys
He was giving him toys. He did. I think he was just like in discover mode. He did try to poke him in the eyes a couple times. Like went in strong finger at his face. I was like, hot, and I caught his hand. But he was literally like just touching his face, just trying to see him like, what are you? You like me, ain't you?
He does so much better with the puppy. He puts the puppy in his lap. He rubs her face instead of trying to kill her. So I do know he does.
He was trying to kill her at one point.
At one point, but he's gotten so much better. He treats her nice. They're now best friends. Him and the puppy are best friends. We just gotta see what's wrong with her skin. Bless her heart.
Somebody did remind me that I did relinquish rights to Marcus to raise Amar.
Yeah, 13.
I'm not backing down from that.
Yeah, 13. When Amar turns 13, it's all Lil Marcus. And Lil Marcus said he definitely will come and help take care of him.
At that point, we'll be the fun grandparents. We'll be just free.
And you think Lil Marcus will be?
No, but Amar's gonna be his.
I was like, when my son is 23,
I'm like, y'all can come back. Come on through. It's a party. Y'all just come on to the back where we at. We back here kicking it.
Yeah. So I don't know. We might be completely wrong, and when we're able to talk to our kids when they get grown, they'll be like, "No, Dad, we just thought that you needed the time to yourself, so we just didn't bother you."
I know, yeah.
Because you were
we could be completely wrong.
As a black man in America.
I know they'll be even more woke than us. Right. They'll be like, "Yeah, you didn't know no better."
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Well, you guys, if you have kids, let us know. What do you think your kids think of you or your spouse, or if you don't have kids, what do you think of your parents? Like, what is your relationship with them when you were growing up? Was it that you were afraid of them mostly? Were they like fun? Was it an open door where you felt like you could talk to them about anything? Let us know in the comments of wherever you are listening or watching to this. Again, we want to give a huge shout out to all 3 of our sponsors, Apostrophe, BetterHelp,
absolutely,
and Usual Wines. We thank them for sponsoring this podcast, and we ask that you make sure you check out our promo codes and use our links if you decide to check out our sponsors. When you support our sponsors, you are supporting us, so we greatly appreciate it.
And I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Make sure you check out Manshit. That's MANSHYT. It is 100% natural beard and body butter that I make myself. I use it. It's a great product. I let it speak for itself. Give it a try. You can go to manshit.com. Eventually, you'll be able to go on Instagram to @getmanshit and see more posts that I'll be putting up soon. As of right now, I'm not. I just went through my whole branding thing, so make sure y'all check it out. Honestly, 90% of my customers seem to be women because they love it for their skin, so I have something coming for that soon. However, check out Manshit.
Check it out. Also, follow us on all social media platforms. Marcus is at Marcus Ain't on the Gram and at Marcus Ain't on the Book. One on Instagram, one on Facebook. I am That Chick Angel across all platforms.
Every single one of them.
Every single one. So let me tell y'all the goal real quick. And I think I can reach it, but I do need your help. I am trying to reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube by December 31st. So, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, go on over there. Subscribe. You get some daily vlogs, you get some great podcasts, and some great mukbangs.
And we had, I think, a total of 15 people that didn't hit that like button. Hit it. Live Patreon.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, guys. So, until next Wednesday, because y'all don't get a podcast until the end of the year. We're not taking a break at the end of the year.
Y'all come on
y'all
through.
will get a podcast every single Wednesday.
We probably should have scheduled that in, but we here.
You know what I'm saying? So until next time, you all be blessed, and we'll talk to you later.
Y'all have a good one, family.
Bye.
That chick angel. That chick angel. Angel. That chick angel. Angel. A boss of